I knew this day was coming, but as of yesterday, I'm officially out of ZEPBOUND, and maybe you are too, or you're fast approaching that. So I do have some alternatives for you, and though admittedly none of them are going to get ZEPBOUND in our fridge any sooner, there's still choices. So I'm going to be sharing them from best choice to worst choice. And I'll be explaining what I plan on doing, which you'll probably think is the worst choice, but I'll explain why. So if you're watching this and you have not started your ZEPBOUND journey, I highly recommend that you stop this video and go watch the video I did about 2 weeks ago and heed the advice in that video. I'll link it in the description box. But otherwise, option one is going to a compounding pharmacy. By far, this is the best choice. If you are looking to continue your journey with as little interruption as possible, this is the route you want to take. There are many in our community that have started with a compounding pharmacy from the get-go, probably because insurance didn't pay for it and it was cheaper, that have had a lot of success. There are many in our community that have switched over to a compounding pharmacy to help them get through this shortage. So there's nothing to worry about. Of course, you have to do with what you're comfortable with. But if that's an option to you, there are several that are pretty popular. There's Orderly Meds, Join Fridays, Henry Meds. I mean, you just go to Google and type in terzepatide compounding pharmacy, and you'll get a whole bunch of hits. And yeah, pick the one that works best for you. But for sure, that is the best choice. The other option is talking to your doctor about maybe switching to Wegovy or Ozempic if you meet the criteria for that. Um, they are experiencing shortages with some of their doses. I'm not sure which ones. So I don't know how much better that's going to be, but talk to your doctor. It's an option. Another thing that you can talk to your doctor, this is option three, is an oral appetite suppressant. So two that are pretty popular are Contrave and Phentermine. There's also some medication that doctors have been using for a long time off label to help with appetite suppression. Topamax is one of those. And I actually have experience with Topamax because after the birth of my third baby, I had some complications that resulted in getting daily migraines for about a year. And Topamax was one of the medications that I was taking for that. I don't remember having any significant weight loss with that. I do remember it making me pretty nauseous, but that might be how it works. If you feel nauseous, you're less likely to eat. I don't know, but it's an option. The fourth option is considering an herbal supplement. Now, I know what you're going to say. There's no way an herbal supplement is going to compete with a pharmaceutical. And of course, you'd be 100% correct. There is no way. But nonetheless, there are some that people have reported having very good success with. So berberine is one of them. It's very popular right now. That could be an option for you. Talk to your doctor and find out if it interacts with anything that you're taking. But I'll just share this quick little story. So it was like the early 2000s. I had a couple of kids and I needed to lose weight and had little to no inclination, time, or energy to work out. So I guess I was looking for an easy way out. And I was watching TV one night and I came upon this infomercial that was talking about this magical plant that was discovered in the Kalahari Desert in Africa. And basically, the men in the tribe, when they would go on these long hunts, would take pieces of this cactus, I guess it was, and chew it, and it would help suppress their appetite while they were gone for days and days and days out hunting. So you may know this plant as Hoodia, and I am not embarrassed to admit that I absolutely was convinced that this was the solution to my problem. And I ordered it. And when it came, I was so excited. And I got to tell you, I was so excited about this because I had seen so many reviews and testimonials, and I was convinced that it would work. And so I started taking it, and long story short, I actually did lose close to 20 pounds while taking Hoodia. Now, in my heart of hearts, I don't believe it was the actual ingredient. I think it was more of the placebo effect. But nonetheless, whether it's an active ingredient that's effective or the placebo effect, if you're able to not gain weight during this time and maybe even lose weight, regardless if it's the placebo effect or not, I call that a win. So it's an option. I know it's not the best, but that's why I ranked it from best to worst. but it's an option and it's there for you. And then the last option is probably what you're gonna freak out about and call the non option, but it's what I plan on doing. So I just plan on doing nothing actually and just waiting patiently for my pharmacy to call me and let me know that my prescription is in. And I know that sounds like a terrible idea, but I don't have money to do the compounding. If I did, I absolutely, without a doubt, I would have done that yesterday. I would have done that a long time ago, actually. So that's not an option for me. The money is just not there for that. I don't want to start taking any other kind of medication. I don't want to switch over to Wegovy, and the oral supplements, the oral appetite suppressants I've heard can make you jittery and anxious sometimes. And I already deal with that as it is. And I don't want to do anything that might make disturb my mood. So I just feel uncomfortable going that route. And I guess I could do a supplement. I guess I could try to see if they still sell Hoodia, although at this point I'm pretty sure that was a scam. But maybe I'll try berberine and see if that works and report back. I don't know. But yeah, I just plan on leaning on the good habits that I've maintained, that ZEPBOUND has helped me to implement into my daily life. So I'm going to keep walking. I'm going to keep keeping up with my meal prepping, because that has really helped a lot. Just knowing that I have food in the fridge that's already cooked, that's healthy, and I can just take out and reheat, and I don't have to worry about it. That actually has helped tremendously. So I'm not tempted to make bad choices. And then the other thing I have to be on the lookout is my mentality when it comes to weight loss. So sometimes I can get caught up in being perfect at something, and it's a really bad trait to have, because it has derailed me so many times, not just in relation to weight loss, but just in life in general, where I feel like if I mess up, or if I'm not doing it exactly the way I want to, or exactly the way I've convinced myself is like the ideal way, that it's not worth doing. And of course, that's really, really bad. It's, self sabotage, actually. That's what it is. And so I'm trying to be aware of that now, knowing that I don't have the safety net of the medication. And so I am. I am going to stumble. There's no doubt that I'm going to stumble and mess up, but that's okay. I have to be aware of that, knowing that it's going to happen. So expecting it to happen so I'm not surprised, and just giving myself grace and understanding that this journey, whether you do it naturally or through the use of medication, is never linear, and there's going to be ups and downs. And I just have to remind myself of that so that I don't lose hope, and I don't get upset and spiral out of control. So yeah, those are the things that I'm going to be leaning on to get me through this time. And if you're interested in finding out if you could be on ZEPBOUND for 3 months and get off it cold turkey, if you can maintain your weight or even maybe lose weight, I'd be thrilled if I'm able to actually lose a little bit of weight during this time. Then you might want to subscribe. I plan on doing weekly weigh-ins. I think I'm going to do like a weekly weigh-in on Wednesday, like weigh-in Wednesday. I think that's funny. But yeah, I was doing once a month updates, but because I thought that would be like more dramatic if I could share like a bigger weight loss number. But now I think I need the accountability, and posting like a weekly update is going to help me. So if you're interested in that, subscribe. And other than that, I think that's all I have for you. I hope that you find a solution that works for you, and that you experience as little interruptions as possible on your journey. So that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye.